Alright, we're the villains, and today we're going to be saving lives. This is how to make a medical kit with the villains. Alright, so the first thing to decide when making a medical kit is how extensive to make your medical kit. So there's a couple different tiers that you could make it, and in general people tend to overdo it on the medical kit. They try and pack everything that their local surgeon would have when giving them open heart surgery, but the problem with that is that generally what you need in a medical kit is just stuff to stop bleeding or maybe make you feel better, but basically get you out in enough time to go and actually go to a real hospital. Because in general, you're not really treating yourself, especially if something's severe. So we'll start off by going on the smaller side of a medical kit, what you could have in it, and we're going to sort of build it up to what you, more on the, advanced side.
So with your minimal set, you're going to want just small pouches of creams that you can use for cuts and scrapes. Also to help with itching things like insects or poison ivy. There's also Band-Aids, which are useful for small wounds that would otherwise have a good chance of getting infected.
Yeah, just something you can have in a small medical kit. Basically preventative stuff. So, like he was saying, just alcohol wipes just to, prevent infection, stuff like that, or moleskin to prevent blisters. Basically make things not get worse. Alright, so the next level of stuff that you can put in a medical kit, if you want to get a little bit more advanced, you're going with a larger group of people camping, hiking, or just for sort of a car medical kit, biking, anything like that where you could be out and might need more extensive bandaging than just like a cut on your finger. What you might bring along, you might cut off some large roll of just some gauze pads just to stop bleeding, wrap wounds, stuff like that. Mainly for wrapping wounds, not necessarily stopping bleeding. It's nice and stretchy and easy. Also something that people forget, what you could have is a first aid guide, just something to kind of help out people who may not know as much, and just something, this is something issued by the American Medical Association, so it's just going to have basic stuff, basic CPR, Heimlich maneuver. It's more going to help if people read this before, but, say someone doesn't know something, and you can kind of direct them to what to do in terms of that. This next level of thing is going to have the same things as the smaller medical kit in some fashion. Alcohol wipes, BZK wipes also, the same thing, just to avoid infection. Sometimes like a maxi pad sort of thing, or just towelette sort of stuff. I don't know what the fuck this is. What is this?
I'm not sure what it is either, but maybe it is Maxi.
So I'm actually
yeah. Keeps like in case one of the women starts going on their period unexpectedly and they aren't prepared.
So this is a Muslim bandage. It's a triangular bandage, just depending on where you have to bandage on part of a body. Again, a little bit.
Bandage?
What?
Muslim brand? Why is it called that?
Muslin.
Muslin?
Not Muslim. It could be a Muslim bandage also.
I was thinking.
And then just Kleenex, basic stuff in general. More Band-Aids. As you go further, what you could have, instant cold compress packs, just a chemical reaction. It's going to be able to reduce swelling and generally make it a little bit more comfortable for someone if you have to transport them. Also, a face shield. So there's a couple levels of face shield that you can go with. So I know nowadays they don't really recommend with CPR doing mouth-to-mouth, but if you have a face shield, it probably doesn't hurt to do it. So here is a smaller version of a face shield where it's just going to come in a little pack. It's a little bit of plastic. Or you could go...
Use?
Yeah.
It's a one-time use.
It's a one-time use thing. Don't put it back in there. And then also you have something...
That's the reusable.
Yeah, that's a little bit bigger.
Open it up.
A little bit more extensive. And what it is, it's... I'm not sure you're supposed to reuse it, but as much as you could. It's
You clean that shit out. You put it in boiling water.
Yeah, it's gonna
clean.
have plastic. It's just a little bit more. It's gonna have covers and stuff, and you could go with that. And yeah, well,
About the size of a slightly larger than a human heart.
yeah, slightly larger, but still good. Just some more bandages, and
Just get those later. Check that.
yeah, and generally I keep a little bit of tape also, like medical tape, just a small roll, and then gloves for anyone doing anything. Anyone trying to help someone else out. And then I also...
the guy bleeding out has AIDS. You don't want to...
You don't want to get that on your hands.
Yeah.
It's a little bit rough. Yeah. And then just a pen, because fuck it, you might want to write something.
That's for when someone's knocked out and you're going to write, shit on their face.
When fucking passes out.
Knock the fuck out.
If I can just write shit on their face. Okay, so your next part of your medical kit, if you have a more extensive medical kit or even a smaller medical kit, it's generally a good idea to have some medications, some that people might need, some for comfort, like maybe your AIDS medication.
Yeah. Insulin. You need that kind of stuff because you're fat.
Yeah. So, I generally separate it into a couple of parts in terms of medicine. So, you're going to have one package of medicine, which you're going to use far more often. Basically, what this package contains is just your aspirin, your anything stronger. Maybe you have Vicodin, you have anything stronger. One of my favorite ways to carry stuff around in is just carry a variety of stuff in one of these little medicine things. This one was originally used for Dramamine, but currently can be packed full of other shit. So, ibuprofen, Vicodin, whatever. Other things, just cough drops, stuff to help out if people are feeling sick, allergy tablets. So, Benadryl, really not good if someone's having their fucking throat closed, but they probably should have an
Or
insulin.
if they're like alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
Don't go with that.
Don't go with that with alcohol poisoning. That would be a mistake. This would also be a mistake with alcohol poisoning. What this is Odan Strawn, I always forget how it said. It's Zofran, and it's an anti-nausea pill. So if someone's got alcohol poisoning, probably want them to vomit. What this is going to do is if you're having trouble vomiting a lot and you're not able to keep in water on a hike or really move, it's just going to allow you to feel better. You're not going to be able to get these over the counter, so you're going to either have to get them prescribed from some surgery or maybe be able to get them just from your doctor. Other things that you can keep, Gas-X, gassy motherfuckers, more of those, or Sudafed, so like stuffy nose, cold, more comfort stuff, probably not needed to survive. And then just a different thing, Tylenol, basic, and a breathe right sleep mask in case some motherfucker can't stop snoring. In your slightly more extensive medical kit, and also this kind of just branches out in general anyway, what I tend to carry is stuff that I have procured from different places. Again, not exactly stuff that you're going to be able to get over the counter. This is if you're able to get like a suture kit, something you really feel like just playing fucking doctor and you want to do it in the field. Bupivacaine or a lidocaine solution.
How would you use these two?
Something like that. This is something that you would inject, like say you like slice your hand open, you would inject it.
It numbs it?
It would numb the area. Yeah, it's a local anesthetic. Yeah.
Or you could just sew it closed out. Anesthesia.
Yeah, don't be a pussy. So, just go without it. But then again, you're going to have a suture kit. A needle without a fucking shot device. That's great. That's nothing. Just some more ibuprofen. And in this also, just because there's not a ton of room in the other one, space it out, just carrying Tums and hand warmers, which also can just kind of be miscellaneous. Other things, just in case, that you could bring along, are something like a nasal spray, so sort of the same thing as Sudafed, except it's going to be faster acting. Hand sanitizer, baby powder. You don't want to be fucking chafing your whole weekend or whatever you're going out hiking for. And you could use one of these, which is just a it's going to be a medical like syringe thing, just without the needle for flushing out wounds, shit like that. Something else I like to carry, just in general, not part of a medical kit necessarily, but for, I mean, it's multi-use. You could use it if you get wet, if you decide to go swimming, if you want to use it as an extra, like, I don't know, pillow blanket thing, a fucking napkin. You could also use it to stop bleeding. It's just a small traveling towel. It's going to be about the size of a little backpacking medical kit. It's just good to have. It packs in really easily. It's bacteriostatic, as it says on the thing right there. Look at that. Bacteriostatic. And, yeah, so you could get more extensive with that. You could start bringing scalpels and fucking antibiotics and splints and just different shit. But most of the time, I would say 98% of the time that you're in a first aid situation, you haven't just flown off the deep end of the fucking radar and have to completely do surgery on yourself. So you could really stick to a very basic medical kit, which just is going to, again, provide stuff for like poison ivy, poison oak, burns, stings, and some small wrapping bandages if cuts get bigger. And maybe some medicine also.
You have super glue?
Super glue is a good idea, but I don't.
Alright, super glue is good for cuts that are bigger than like a band-aid, but smaller than you want. You don't want to sew it up, you know. Just super glue it, hold the skin together for a bit.
You don't have your lidocaine. You don't have this kind of shit. Rather than fucking stabbing yourself.
If you don't have a, what is it, this curved needle.
Yeah, I know. Using a fucking straight needle. Oh, fuck. Can't fucking get it. Oh, I guess the last thing that you could sort of consider in a medical kit, if you wanted to, would be stuff for just hygiene. So maybe like a cut-off toothbrush, some dental floss. You can basically hold a little dental floss thing. It's not going to take up a lot of room. And you can get these micro bottles of mouthwash from wherever.
Another good thing about that, that's just enough to get you drunk if you needed to.
Yeah, so say you're going out, you just
down one,
just trying to kill yourself. And you know, one other thing,
die of hypothermia a lot better.
Something we generally like to promote though is just some comfort stuff in a medical kit.
Well, this is like smelling salt.
Yeah, but I'm saying we like to promote some comfort stuff in a medical kit. So one thing that really helps people out is dip. And it's a real morale booster. You know, your doctor is not gonna, your little bitch doctor that listens to the FDA is not gonna be happy about it. Yeah, it's never gonna be prescribed, but maybe it's right for you. Try out dip, see how it works. You know, you just get yourself one of these little cans, and you can buy this over the counter if you're old enough. You just head over to your local convenience store. Get this over the counter. You know, it could be Grizzly, could be Stoker's. There's all different kinds. And the key to using this part of your medical kit is to put it between your ring and your thumb, and your ring finger and your thumb, and flick your hand down. Let your wrist kind of go so that your index finger slaps against the top of it, packing it into the side, making it easier to pinch and administer the medication to yourself. So say you're like down and out, like you're just, something's wrong, you just can't seem to go any further, you're just able to, you throw one of these in, you're going to make it, you're going to survive, it's going to get you that last 3 miles or whatever. Fuck, what am I doing? I'm like a retard. Holy fuck.
Ready?
One last thing that we forgot to mention was, and it's probably a pretty important part, especially if you're going to have a more extensive medical kit, would be to have a pair of scissors. Now this is kind of large. Ideally what you'd want is a pair of fabric cutting safety scissors. But those are out in a different car, actually in a car, just a small medical kit. And something else I really like to have, if you can have it, you can kind of work it in anyway, is a sort of a Leatherman, but mostly for the pliers aspect of it. So grabbing things that could be stuck in your skin, if you have thorns, just kind of pulling stuff, anything that'd be good to grab with pliers that you need like a firm grip on, pliers are going to be the thing to do it. So those are just 2 extra things that we forgot to mention, but would be good to have in your medical kit in general.
We'll just use the light, it'll just help.
I started now?
Yeah.
Probably should focus like on the...
Well, do you want to talk about it
Yeah,
first?
I guess I can be in it. Yeah. Alright, so we've just simulated an accident. You know, drunk riding your bike, you fall over, you get a little scrape on your knee. So what do you do with it? First thing you do, I've already done it off camera, is you flush it with water to get all the debris out. Because you don't want to close up a wound with shit in it, you know? After that, you get one of your alcohol cleansing pads, which I just ripped open. Okay, I thought it was fucking empty for a second. It's very small. Just clean that fucker up. Oh, shit, that actually hurts from down.
Come on.
Alright, yeah.
It usually goes away after.
I only have done that for a long ass time. That hurt a lot more than I remember.
I'm glad she went for it.
Yeah. Then you get your gauze. You could use a band-aid, but I'm a gauze guy myself.
Gauze man.
Yeah.
A full wrap.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That's probably enough. Could use scissors. But...
Slices his leg.
Yeah, slice it even more.
Slice his hand. Trying to just...
Holy shit, gauze does not want to be cut by a knife. I've got scissors, actually.
Oh, fuck, where you got scissors? Oh my god.
What? Gauze is pretty tough stuff.
Apparently, I didn't know. I didn't think it was that tough.
The wound out again.
Oh no, wait, I think you gotta do another wipe.
Wipe it back off. Doesn't hurt as bad the second time.
Yeah, it doesn't, but still. It's just funny how you stopped. Oh, the tuck method.
Yeah, for something like this, why not tuck it? Yeah, and that. Now no more chafing of my pants. Good as new.
Good as new.
This medical kit and this general idea, way of thinking about a first aid kit, a survival first aid kit, whatever it is, it's been approved by Eagle Scout, and it's good in general. So you can kind of build off to your own needs, figure it out, whatever works best. But I hope you liked it. This is a Villains, and again, today we saved lives.